Let's talk about the rappers for a minute. Can we talk about the rappers for a moment? Let's talk about Tupac Shakur for a moment. Tupac Shakur is a child of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, born out of the spirit of the revolution of the 60s. Tupac Shakur, fire in his bones, huh? Boldness and rebellion in his blood. Born from his beautiful, bold Black Panther mama, Afeni, sitting in the jail cell, a revolutionary woman carrying the fruit of life, marking the child in her womb, marking the child with rebellion, marking the child with insurrection, marking the child with a spirit to not go along with what's been going on.
Beat me, young G, with a gift to give. Trying to get up on it. My brother DOGG and me, eternally the most wrong.
When's the last time you saw Pac? When last time you saw him? And where was you the day he was shot in Vegas?
Wow, the last time I saw him, he was laying in the bed, holding on to his last breath. Man. Well, I had seen him before that because we left New York. We had just left New York. I had got off the radio station with Angie Martinez, and that's when me and him like clashed because she asked me on the air, how do you feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I said what I felt. Them my homeboys, I love them. When I got back to the hotel, it was a whole nother atmosphere. Like, he sent his homeboy up to get the bud from me as opposed to him coming to get it. Muta came and got the bud. Pac wants some bud. Well, hold on. Tell him to come up here. He ain't coming up here. Give me the bud. I'm going to take it to him. So I felt funny. And then my uncle said something about, you know, they downstairs talking and blah, blah, blah. So when we got on the plane to go back to LA the next day, Suge didn't let none of my security ride with me. I had to ride on the plane with him, his homies, and Pac. And it was the most uncomfortable ride I ever had in my life because my nigga didn't say nothing to me the whole ride. And that's a 5-hour flight on a private plane.
Yeah.
So I walk up to him like maybe 3 hours into the flight, sit next to him, I'm like, you going to Vegas, cuz? And he turned on me like this and started talking to somebody else. So I'm like, all right. So I go in the back, put the blanket on my head, knife in my hand, fork in my hand, and just sleep the rest of the ride. Because I feel like they finna try to do something to me. So when I get off the plane, we land, he walk out, I got a Rolls Royce, he got a Rolls Royce. He walked down the steps, I walk down the steps. We meet right here. I'm like, cuz, you going to Vegas? He do me like this. Went his way and he went my way. Next time I get a call, you know, niggas like, turn on the news, guys. I'm at Warren G house. We turn on the news, we see the yellow tape, Suge BMW. Call Suge, he like, yeah, they whoop-de-whoop, come on out here now. Drive out there, I see him in the bed, laid up, no words, no conversation. I see Jesse Jackson, his mama. His mama pulled me to the side. She make me feel like a real player, cause she tell me, my baby loved you, and I love you, and I don't care. She just hit me with what I needed to hear, you know, coming from my mother. She was strong at that time. Everybody else was crying and breaking down. She was real strong. And she just held me real tight and she just said a prayer with me. And I know I went there, I hollered at him for about 20 minutes and I went in the bathroom, I fainted, I threw up. I just was like, I was gone. Like my whole, because me and my homie wasn't straight. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not even gonna be able to apologize to him or even just to tell him, I feel you, I'm wrong or whatever. We never got that day and that's the way it ended with me and him, to where he passed away. And I never got a chance to, you know, apologize or even just tell him, you know, what is it? How can we fix this?
Only Gab can do it like this.
Yo, YouTube, what up? It's your homie Gab, I'm in the building. And this is MAKAVELI Media. So here's a clip from a Sway interview with Snoop Dogg, and I found this very interesting because in this interview, Snoop Dogg admitted that maybe he was wrong for how he handled the whole Tupac and Biggie situation. Now, Snoop Dogg said that Biggie Smalls was his friend when he did an interview with Angie Martinez on Hot 97, and that upset Tupac very badly. Now, you can't be mad at Snoop Dogg for being friends with Biggie because he said he was friends with Biggie before Biggie and Tupac started feuding. I get that. And I don't think Tupac was mad over that. I think Tupac was mad because he looked at Snoop Dogg as being phony or being disingenuous because Snoop Dogg privately with Tupac was dissing Biggie as well. Mutai, or should I say Napoleon, confirmed that in an interview he did with the Art of Dialogue. So that's what Tupac was upset about. But for the first time that I recalled ever hearing Snoop Dogg say that he possibly could have been wrong was in this interview right here, because he said he never got a chance to tell Tupac he was sorry. And more importantly, what could they do to fix this going forward? So I don't know how genuine Snoop Dogg is in that, but I have to take him at his word because this is what he said out his own mouth. He said he never got the chance to tell Tupac I was wrong. Now, that's deep. You know, death is final, man. I mean, and it's unexpected. And a lot of times people leave a conversation upset on a heated argument, but they always think they got more time to work things out with the person that they're having a problem with. And sometimes that's not the case, man. And then you have remorse. And especially if you look at it and it was a situation that could have been fixed. So I don't know how Snoop Dogg truly feels, but this is what Snoop Dogg said out his mouth. I never try to judge what's in another man's heart. All we can go by is a man's words and his actions. Tell me what you think. Is Snoop Dogg really remorseful that he never got a chance to make up with Tupac and admit that, yo, maybe I was wrong with how I handled the whole situation? Or is Snoop Dogg simply being phony? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to sub to the channel. This is MAKAVELI Media. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm your homie Gab. I'm signing off. I'm about to hit y'all with the peace.
I just was like, I was gone. Like my whole, because me and my homie wasn't straight. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not even gonna be able to apologize to him or even just to tell him, I feel you, I'm wrong or whatever. We never got that day, and that's the way it ended with me and him.